It really is a path, a parting in the roads.
When the Minnesota House of Representatives meets to legislate, it gathers in a space built for beauty and functionality, the House Chamber.
Mr. Speaker, if I could just make an announcement then.
Cass Gilbert is responsible for such impressive grandeur and practicality. In 1895, Gilbert was selected as the architect of the state capitol after his design won a competition that included 40 entries. His design of the Capitol was inspired by the White City, a first-of-its-kind Italian Renaissance-styled exhibit at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. Not only did Gilbert design the structure, he also supervised its construction and its decoration, from the majestic skylight to the beautiful murals throughout the House Chamber and its furnishings. The critical eye and personal taste of Cass Gilbert can be seen in every nook and cranny. Inside the House Chamber looks at the furnishings of the House Chamber and why some could argue that the furniture is as much a work of art as the artwork in the chamber is. Designed by Cass Gilbert, each desk is made of mahogany and features fine craftsmanship. From the time the House Chamber first opened, the pieces of furniture have been a scene of constant work.
The House members, until the 1970s, until they moved into the State Office building, their office was the chamber. So each representative had his desk was the office. So that's where he would meet constituents. They would draft a letter, call someone from the stenographer pool to come in here and write a letter or draft a letter. So that was, as you can see, even the representatives didn't have offices at that time.
During the early years, the chamber allowed smoking. Chewing tobacco was also common, so were spittoons kept close to the representatives.
Pretty much every row, every other desk might have had a spittoon next to it. So that wasn't an uncommon thing back in 1905 to have spittoons all over the building.
But as health standards improved, smoking was banned in the chamber, and as technology improved, each desk needed to be altered.
These are the original desks from 1905. What happened in the 1970s is they put a Formica top on top of each of the desks just to get a little bit better surface to write. So that affected pretty much the original appearance of these desks. But as you can see, they're all, as they would have been here originally in 1905.
To make room for microphones, inkwells were removed. To accommodate the wiring for electronic voting, each desk had its drawers and storage cabinets rebuilt.
Each member on their desk has a voting station with a yay, nay, reset, and a page light button.
During the 1989 to 1990 restoration, renovations and repairs were again made.
The desks are the same desks, but they were redone and sanded down where they needed to be.
Those pieces of furniture weren't the only furnishings treated. The front desk, full of polished mahogany, was also modified. The desk was brought up into 21st century standards and equipped with a wiring raceway to handle future technical innovations.
Now, the chief clerk's desk was extended to provide some more room. Can you explain to us why it needed to be extended?
Yeah, originally it probably went about this far. It had 3 or 4 desks behind, or 3 or 4 chairs behind the long bench desk. Plus you had your chief clerk in the center. But as government got bigger, you needed more people to do more of the paperwork and journaling and all the recording of the amendments and so forth. And so they extended that over time. You can see all the different pieces where the different colors of the wood is a little different than the original colors. And so that was something that is a part of the history of the space now.
We were in awe of how they were able to do it.
It looks amazing. You can't even really tell unless you get close up to it.
Also during the restoration, pigeonhole enclosures behind secret panels designed to be used for holding papers during session were installed, and the front desk was moved 1 foot forward into the chamber, giving the chief clerk and his staff more room.
The wings were added to allow more storage space and more workroom as well.
In addition, members' chairs were reupholstered in brown leather to match the original ones, the page bench was extended, and the chamber guests were given a more dignified place to sit.
There were chairs down by the folding chairs for visitors to sit at down the front.
The folding chairs were replaced with these long benches on either side of the front desk that match the page bench.
Although the furnishings have undergone some refurbishing and repairs, they remain largely true to their original design.
It's just like they replicate things on this old house. You know, it just...
Gilbert once said, in the old days, the architect, the painter, and the sculptor were frequently one and the same. There is no reason why they should not be so now. True to form, Gilbert designed many of the 1,600 pieces of original furniture in the Capitol in 1905. The Minnesota State Capitol became a turning point in Gilbert's career. He went on to design the Capitol buildings in Arkansas and West Virginia. Gilbert is also responsible for the design of the U.S. Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C., and the Woolworth building in New York City, generally considered to be the first skyscraper. But the blueprints of the Minnesota State Capitol will always remain the design that brought him national recognition first.